morning. I love vlog days because it's an excuse to play. Everybody and their mother is doing a quintessential fall vlog right now, and I want my turn. I just want to frolic in fall festivities for the foreseeable future. I have this idea of a recipe in my mind. It probably actually already exists. I should Google it. But once a year I make cinnamon rolls and I want to do that. But I was like, what about instead of just cinnamon sugar inside of a cinnamon roll, if you did like an apple pie cinnamon roll where it was like apples, cinnamon, sugar, maybe even like a crumble in there? I don't know. With the cream cheese frosting, would that not be so good? That has to already exist. Gluten-free, of course. So I kind of want to bake today. Okay, I need to get ready for the day and then I'll tell you what else I'm kind of scheming. I think I want to take Max to the pumpkin patch because I just found out dogs are allowed. Would that not be so cute? It'd be so sweet. I did a little pants research recently for my gals that have the similar body type to me because you know pants can be a struggle, and I get to work with Quince pretty often. I'm getting to work with them on today's video too, and they came out with pants. I'm not gonna lie, when pants aren't listed as like a curve cut, I normally am like, I don't even want to waste my time trying them because I know it's going to be a lot of just like back and forth, figuring out if any of the cuts fit, what size actually fits, if the material has enough stretch in it, blah, 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 blah. But then I was like, you know what? If I'm going to be a girl that works with Quince a lot, I'm going to put forth the effort. And I actually went through several orders and returns to find and explore and see if any of their pants fit my body type. And I found a couple. The stretch for these are insane. Like, do not feel like denim. So I'm super stoked on that. But also, just a side note, I got my first full set from them as well. I've been wanting to get more workout clothes. I recently did a leggings purge and sent a lot of my leggings to my sister because they are at this point like 1 to 2 sizes too small for me. Look at this set, especially for fall. This like maroon. I love that this has a little crisscross waist. And then I got this shirt in the same color. It has a built-in bra, so it's super supportive. Look at the little scoop back. And I've been wearing this to Pilates at least once a week. Just basically as soon as I can do laundry again, it's my first thing I put on because I feel very chic and it's very stretchy, which I appreciate. The type of stretch that doesn't ride down when you're like doing planks and pikes. I'm getting distracted. Let me show you the pants really quick. Okay, after all of my research, these are the 2 styles that I do endorse for our body type. If you're like me and follow me for that. This is the Bella Stretch wide leg size up. I definitely had to size up 1, but I am shocked that there's no waist gap. I'm also shocked that I'm 5'7", but they go all the way to the ground, and the stretch is crazy. Okay, similar but different. These are the Bella Stretch straight leg jean, $50, which is insane because most of my favorite jeans are like 98 to 118. And that's the reason that I am such a Quince girly is their pricing insane. They're factory direct, so they don't have a middleman, so they don't have those markups, which is why you can get really quality things for a lot cheaper than getting them elsewhere. Like, I know y'all see me in my cashmere cardigans all the freaking time. It's hard to feel seasons in Southern California. We're 75 and sunny year round, which I love, but also we have to like kind of fake emulate the seasons. And right now the daytimes are still pretty hot. Like, we don't have that nighttime crisp yet, but I have a sweater vest from Quince, which feels very fall, but I don't have the sleeves. And I think I'm gonna wear that. This is the same cashmere that I love so much. And it's kind of perfect for transition fall, Max. It's perfect for transition fall.
What are you asking for? You wanna say something?
Those are the things I wanted to show you. I will have all these things linked down below in case you want to shop them. The earrings I wear every day, I think might be sold out again. They sell out so fast, but I'll check and I'll see if those are there too. Oh, wait, I forgot. I got one other thing for myself recently. My big suitcase got busted. It was just a suitcase that I got discounted like 6 years ago. And I swear someone like drop kicked it. So I had recently, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, gotten the carry-on suitcase from Quince, and it was so good that when my big one broke, I was like, I'm not even gonna shop around for a big suitcase because I already know the one I want. And I have some travel update for y'all. Next week, I am leaving on not 1, not 2, but 3 back-to-back destinations in a row. This is the big suitcase. And the thing I love about it is how easy it is to just like swivel and roll this everywhere. So I'm stoked about that. I will be taking it on this next trip, which reveal, I'll tell you where I'm going. First stop, going to Austin. It's one of my childhood friends' bachelorette parties, and I'm going a couple days early, one to see Jacqueline, but also two to hang out with her the day before the bachelorette, because I have to leave midway through. It's like a whole weekend thing. I have to leave midway through because then I'm flying into Nashville. We have a wedding in Franklin. Our besties Jake and Elise are gonna be there from Utah, and I'm so excited to see them. But then the morning after the wedding, I fly to Cancun. My friend Leah is gonna meet me in Nashville the night of the wedding, and then we are taking a flight together to go to Cancun. I was invited to go with Southwest on a trip there for them to like launch their 2026, tell us what all is in store for the new year. And as y'all know, I was able to work with them the last 2 years over on Instagram, which was literally a dream. Jordy can't come because he has a show, and I always laugh that like whenever I get invited to do the most romantic thing possible, it doesn't work for us to go together. So then I end up bringing a girlfriend on a very romantic trip. So me and Leah are going to have a very romantic getaway in Cancun together at an all-inclusive resort. She is a nurse, and she is actually in a training phase to move to a different area of labor and delivery. So it's the perfect time of year for her that her like hours are actually online courses. So she can do that from anywhere. So she's gonna be taking her classes poolside, and I'm gonna be taking y'all and vlogging the whole experience. So yeah, basically back to back to back, 3 different trips. I need to wrap my head around packing next week because there's like bachelorette things I have to pack, wedding things I have to pack, Cancun things I have to pack, all very different things. But thankfully this suitcase is massive, so it's gonna be able to hold all of that and then some. It'll be fun. Also, is our windowsill cracked? Sorry, I was just noticing this. I think it's just layers and layers of paint over the last 60 years of this house. Fall itinerary. This is what I'm thinking. I would love to take Max to the pumpkin patch just because I know he's gonna love it. I don't think I would love to buy pumpkins at the pumpkin patch unless maybe a small one because they like upcharge that 4x and I could just go get a cheaper pumpkin at Trader Joe's. But I would love to put a couple fall touches around the home. I don't own a ton of fall decor. I might have a couple things like up in the cabinets out there, so I'll have to go check. But at least just like a fall-ish candle and like 1 or 2 little decor items to feel like fall. And then I would love to bake with y'all tonight. I would like to try either that idea I have in my mind of a apple pie cinnamon roll, or I would like to try apple cider donuts gluten-free. We'll see which comes to fruition, but I think it'd be really fun. I am pretty confident that I saw a marble pumpkin up here recently when I was, oh, it's hiding. I was gonna say when I was doing my sheet audit for my friend that needed extra sheets. Okay, we have 1 pumpkin. Let's see if I can find anything else anywhere. Oh, also, Jordy got me this because I was learning a new editing software and I was overwhelmed that all the shortcuts were different from the shortcuts I know. And this is like a little skin for my laptop where when I'm editing, I can see where all the shortcuts are and like save so much time. Isn't that so smart that they even made that? It's so sweet for him to think of that because game changer. Any other fall things? Here's a fun idea. So this is something that I got in research for Christmas presents this year. I know I mentioned to y'all that I want to try to make candles for friends and family this year after I made that candle for Jordy. But then I was like, well, if they want to keep that vessel, I don't want them to go through all the work of like carving out the wax and stuff. I found this. This is basically like wax sand. And we can test it today. You can make any vessel, any like, you know, safe, probably not wooden vessel into a candle with this sand, and you don't melt it. What you do is you just put a wick in the bottom of your vessel and then pour this around it. And as the candle melts, this melts, and then when you're done, you pull out the melted part and just add more. It's almost kind of like a litter box. That's a terrible analogy. It looks really cool. I saw a boutique that had one of these in there, and this is the consistency. And this one smells like warm vanilla. Honestly, one of the vessels that could be really cool as a candle, I have 2 of these We have these from our wedding. We use them for, I actually don't even remember. Oh, the custom matches that we did as like our little gift. That's what we got these for. But basically, put a wick in it down here and fill this whole thing up with this. Should we do it now? So I got this kind of as research because I wanted to try it out myself and see what it's like. And then I figured if I successfully do throw some vessels that could be candles for friends and family, I could gift them the vessel and then like a mason jar of this with instructions for how to work their little DIY candle. And then when they're done, they can either buy more or just have a perfectly clean bowl to use however they want. Okay, I put my little wick in here. I'm a little nervous. I do like this color for fall too. It kind of matches the vibe of the pumpkin that I have. Should we test light it and see? It's so freaking cool. Let's qualify this a little bit.
These are dead.
I could not figure that layout for the life of me, but I think I'm happy with how it's looking now. And I'm gonna downgrade the, ooh, I know where. I need to tidy the house a bit. Everything is a little chaotic. That looks cool there, actually. Also, Jordy and I do coffee time every morning, and it's kind of just our intentional time to, you know, start the day, hang out, chat. He starts opening something. I'm like, what is that? It's these cards called How Deep Will You Go? And they have just different deep questions, and they have like layer 1, 2, 3, and they get more kind of like intense and deep as you go. And I don't know where he found it. It just unprompted. Maybe he just ordered it online, but 3 levels of carefully thought out question cards to build deeper connections with anyone. And so now we've been pulling like each level of card each morning, like a first, second, and third, and then having a little card game deep question time in the morning, which is so cute. Out of the blue. It's one of those days where I'm feeling pretty tired and also just not cute. But then I had a cramp and I checked my natural cycles and I'm like, oh, that's why. I'm gonna do a apple pie matcha with the apple pie simple syrup that we made in the last vlog or 2 vlogs ago. And I had some people ask me for the recipe. And if y'all haven't made simple syrup before, it is literally the easiest thing. I highly recommend you do it. All you need is 1 part sugar, 1 part water, and then anything you want to add to it. So you can also do, you don't have to measure it exactly. You could do 2 parts sugar, 1 part water if you want like a really thick simple syrup. So anywhere between, you know, 1 to 2 parts sugar and 1 part water. Put it on the stove top and just stir until the sugar's dissolved and add whatever other little flavors you want to it. Let it cool and then keep it in the fridge. Very important to keep it in the fridge though. It's crazy how fast simple syrup grows mold. Once I accidentally left a simple syrup on the countertop overnight, and by the next morning, there was mold. Like, I think the sugar just feeds bacteria so fast. I also still do my lazy girl matcha way, which is literally just putting it all in the milk frother on cold. But I've started putting the matcha through this little sifter, sieve, whatever you want to call it, to make sure there's no clumps. And that has been worth the extra step, I gotta say. So hard to not just chug this. This is so good. While we're talking about food and fall, PSA, Trader Joe's has this gluten-free pumpkin ravioli right now. I think it's stuffed with ricotta. It's so good. It's a little on the sweet side, but we've made it twice now. We had it for dinner last night, and I found the best way to serve it. All you do is you take some butter and you swirl that around in a pan until the butter starts to turn brown. You'll see the little like brown bits. Add some sage in there. Let the sage infuse and get all crispy. And then after the pasta's boiled, transfer the pasta to that brown butter sage. Then I also sauteed up some sausage. Kind of, you know, get that all incorporated. Top it with a little bit of shaved Parmesan and some red pepper flake. Brown butter, sage, sausage, pumpkin, ricotta, ravioli. It's So good. Okay, after this, I'm gonna put on shoes and we're gonna take Max for a little surprise adventure. He has no idea what's coming for him. Hopefully he doesn't poop in the pumpkin patch. I feel like he will poop in the pumpkin patch. Are you just letting the curtains just blow over you? Hey, Bubba. Hey, you wanna go to pumpkin patch? You wanna go to the pumpkin patch? Do you even know what that means? You could just tell it means some sort of adventure, huh? Do you want to?
Do you want to go on a little adventure and go see pumpkins and see if they kick us out or if you actually are allowed? Okay,
Let's do it. Let's do it. Inside the pumpkin house. Max is having a great time smelling all these new smells. There are rabbits and goats and sheep over there, and I kind of want to show him, but then I also feel like he might freak out, so TBD. But I just took some family's pictures for them. It is always an annual tradition, this will be the 3rd year, that me and all the girls come here at sunset and take photos in the flower fields. I can't believe this is already my 3rd year living here, coming to this pumpkin patch. Like, how crazy is that? But it's pretty fun. Sorry, it's also a little windy, which feels nice. It's a nice way to kind of trick me into not thinking it's so hot outside. Okay, he wants to go this way. We took a photo here and Max just like fully posed, but now he's like loving being on top of the world and seeing everything at the same time and absolutely is not moving. Just 2 paws on a pumpkin, 2 paws on a hay bale. He's like, I am the attraction here. Who's gonna come take a photo with me now? I'm ready. You're locked in, huh? You're just so ready. Do you wanna go see more? Let's go see more. You got it. He really doesn't wanna leave. Okay, let's go. Good boy. So way down there we have a huge patch of sunflowers and then the orange marigolds and then the yellow marigolds. But this whole section, I'm pretty sure is new this year. I haven't ever seen these before. They look like coral. Like they look like under the ocean coral reef, but in like the most insanely vibrant color I've ever seen. They're also a little bit kind of fuzzy. I've never seen anything like this before, but they are stunning. They also look a little bit like a brain. Somewhere between a coral reef and a brain. Someone is properly pooped. We had a great time though. That was a lot of fun. I am excited to come back at sunset soon with the gals. We're having a soup party soon where everyone brings their own soup, and I wonder if that's a good time for us to all do that. But I wish you could come to the store with me. That would actually be so efficient instead of going back home and then coming back out. But I do need to go to the store at least to get cream cheese. I need to check actually my baking supply. I need to see if I have powdered sugar, how I'm doing on gluten-free flour. I think I have active yeast, but there's a cinnamon roll recipe I follow every single year, and it's the Cinnabon copycat recipe. And all I do is I substitute my own gluten-free flour, and it works great. But I really do think I'm going to try to do an apple pie filling. I Googled it. It already exists. So many people have done it, of course. Like, it makes sense. But it's somewhere between like a apple pull-apart bread and a cinnamon roll. I don't know if a gluten-free recipe exists for that out there. I still have a lot of apples left over from our tree. Those are a bit more tart. So I'm kind of considering buying some Granny Smith or like Fuji or just something else that is standard. I don't even know what type of apple our tree grows. I do know some apples get a little too stodgy, as they say at the Great British Baking Show, a little like too soft.
A little bit on the stodgy side.
And this will be a fun little experiment. I think it will take a couple hours to bake. I think I'm not gonna work out today. I think I'm feeling low energy. I worked out yesterday. My butt is sore from that, so give my muscles time to recover and bake instead. Trader Joe's pumpkins instead of pumpkin patch pumpkins. So the move, go to the pumpkin patch and then go to Trader Joe's to buy the actual pumpkins. The fairy tale pumpkins that I liked at the pumpkin patch, $25. The fairy tale pumpkins that I liked at Trader Joe's, which were slightly smaller, $3.49. I'm pretty pumped on that. Also, I did make a couple creative, artistic Liberty calls with our recipe. They had the maple butter in store, and I thought, what about a maple butter cream cheese frosting? Less powdered sugar and some maple butter in the frosting. And then they had the full vanilla beans. And I've never worked with a full vanilla bean before. I don't bake often. I'm not a good rule follower. I'm not very precise. I'm kind of messy. So because of those reasons, I'm really not a baker. But I feel like as a way to rebel against how restrictive baking feels, adding a few of these things that are my own, like the apple filling and the maple butter and the vanilla bean for a little elevation as well, will be very fun for me. I just mopped the floors this morning and I took off my shoes just now after the pumpkin patch, and hay was inside of my shoes. I didn't even know, and now it's all over the floor like confetti. Instead of buying fresh flowers for the table, I got these magnolia leaves. We'll see if we like them by itself without any sort of floral addition, but I figure these will last a lot longer, and I think it's a nice subtle touch of fall. One other impulse buy, 'tis the season to finish off Max's fall day. These pumpkin dog treats. I just don't know why the box is as big as a box of cereal. Like, he needs a small thing of dog treats, not this many. And finally, I've started stocking up on these almond flour tortillas and keeping them in the freezer. They reheat from frozen on a pan so well, because they don't last a super long time. I mean, 2 weeks. But still, it's nice to just get them a little more in bulk and have them in the freezer for when you need it. So I'm gonna unload all of this, give Max a little cookie, and then we will get to baking. I'm gonna start a new audiobook. I'm actually so excited. My friend Sydney is, she's turned into my audiobook friend. She has a great Instagram if you wanna follow her, and YouTube, Divine on the Road. She was a van lifer, now she's living in Joshua Tree. But she sends me book recommendations when she finishes an audiobook and loves it. She's like, none of my other friends like audiobooks, so I'm sending them to you. Sydney said, wait, hold on, I just listened to The Identicals, and this is by Ellen Hildebrand, which is the author she introduced me to, and it was so good. Please listen to it when you have time. And I was like, I just finished an audiobook last night, and I was just about to hunt for a new one, so timing could not be better. All right, there's our next audiobook. Oh, I think these are for big dogs. These are huge cookies. They're also not gluten-free. Okay, this is going really well. Do you want to have a pumpkin cookie after our pumpkin patch date? So gentle, so unsure. You're gonna drop it. Okay. Oh, okay. You gonna try that again? Okay, enjoy. Quick garden update. I have some good and some bad. The bad is I'm pretty sure I have a pest. I think I had this on my lemon tree. I forget what type of worm it's called, but I think I can spray neem oil and it should hopefully help. But good news. Oh my gosh, wait, there's new tomatoes. Some more tomatoes are starting to grow. I do know I need to stake this, I think, because I think the tomatoes will start to get too heavy for some of these vines. But like, these were the first tomatoes down here, and they are getting bigger and bigger, so that's exciting. Still fruiting despite the possible pest. Also, this tomato plant is finally growing. This one was like such a late bloomer in comparison to the other. This one has just grown and grown and grown, and this one has been slow to go, but it's finally going. And then I did harvest some peppers earlier in the week and we ate them, but there's already more that are ready down there. So maybe we'll use them at dinner somehow. Part of me kind of also wants to leave them and see if they get bigger, because I picked the others the other day at this size. So I'm not really sure what to expect. But there's just so many already. It's crazy. And then all of my wildflower sprouts are sprouting. Wow, this one got big. Some of them are little, and this one is the largest one. And I'm so excited to see if down the line they flower or not. There's lots of little things kind of popping up throughout here. Yeah, the tomato plant is officially like overtaking everything. Okay, here's where we're at. I have this apple pie filling. It tastes so good. The dough is rising. It doesn't rise a ton because it's gluten-free and I don't know. But, you know, it's rising some. It's got like 20 minutes to go. What else? I made the cinnamon filling. I'm thinking I'm gonna do half of them as regular cinnamon rolls and then half with the apple filling, just to have the variety. Why not? But since I got a bit more time, I might go ahead and start working on the cream cheese frosting. Cream cheese, maple butter, vanilla bean, butter, and some powdered sugar. There it is. Some powdered sugar, but I think I'll just do like half the amount of powdered sugar and then supplement with the maple butter. Here goes some real vanilla bean. Ooh, fancy. Look at those vanilla bean flecks. All right, we got our cream cheese, maple butter, vanilla bean frosting. Now it's time for the part that could go terribly wrong. So say a little prayer for me. I forgot to put the apple cider vinegar in my dough. So hopefully that doesn't ruin everything, but we'll find out. I do need to buy a rolling pin that isn't broken. This dough feels a little more crumbly than I remember. Oh, baby. Half. Third. Zam! That's beautiful. Sorry, not to toot my own horn. Whenever something gluten-free works out, I get stoked. And here come the apple ones. I really should not have deep cleaned the kitchen this morning. Here's our 6 regular, and then our 6 apple pie. I put a little extra apple filling on top. I moved them around so many times that they are not beautiful swirls anymore. They're a little wonky, but I want to try a tip that I see people do a lot and I've never done. I just warmed some heavy whipping cream to like 100-ish degrees, so just warm. And I'm gonna try pouring this over the cinnamon rolls even though the recipe does not call for it. Apparently that's how you get like very kind of gooey, syrupy, caramely types. And I just reused my cinnamon bowl because why the heck not? So pardon the cinnamon. Also, gluten-free things can be a little dry sometimes. So I'm really hoping that this helps keep the dough like very... I have the second load of dishes going in the dishwasher and I pulled these out and they do look so good. I'm letting them cool before putting the frosting on them. I got a little nervous. I checked halfway through. Also, I just refreshed my blush and perhaps it's intense, but I checked halfway through and kind of panicked because I was like, oh, that cream is really just sitting. It's looking liquid, but it ended up absorbing quite well, I think. So topping this off with this cream cheese, maple butter, vanilla bean frosting. Something about that title just feels like it needs to be said in a southern accent. Will be so beautiful. While we're waiting for those to cool, little chat. Okay, I know I've talked about this several times. about how I've been really inspired to pursue, write, produce, direct, partially edit, mostly film a like more cinematic concept that really blurs the line between, is this a vlog? Is this a documentary? Is this scripted? Is this like a coming of age kind of story? And I spent a week-ish filming. And now I've started the editing process on my own, and I am so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. It is proving to be quite different to edit than a normal vlog. I have been getting about 90 seconds of finished edit for every hour I spend editing it. So actually, let's think. If I aim to make this 20 minutes, let's do some math. Where's my phone? Oh, my phone's not in here. Okay, if I aim to make it 20 minutes, that's gonna be a little less than 10 hours of editing. It's actually not that bad. I've already put in, I don't know, I'm at like 7.5 minutes of finished edit. So it might be 20, might be 30. I would love to make them full-length episodes if I do end up doing this. It's taking so much work. I'm like, it literally is gonna take me a couple weeks to get one of them done. And it would be so fun if I had the time in my schedule to do it more often. But like realistically, maybe I'd be able to do it once a month right now, but I'm just so excited for y'all to see it. Don't worry, I know some people are excited to see it and other people are like, I don't like when vloggers have more polished things. We want just like raw, real, whatever. Like I said, I won't be able to justify doing this super often, but I hope to get to do it like once a month. I think that would be ideal. And then who knows, maybe down the line I could figure out ways to make it a little more efficient and maybe do it twice a month, but it's not going to be like what my channel turns into overnight, and maybe never, but it's something that I haven't felt proud of anything in a really long time. I've felt proud of like things I've done, like me and Katie having that dinner for her mom's 60th birthday and pulling that off on our own. I felt proud of that. I'm trying to think if there's any other thing I've like genuinely worked really hard on and then felt proud of. I've felt like good about things, but not like I've poured my soul into it. And so it has felt really refreshing to work hard at something and to strive for not quite perfection, but to push myself in ways that I could quite possibly fail. I felt that way with the dinner we did, and I feel that way with this. And this is something that I get to share with all of you, whereas the dinner I could just share with 12 people. Yeah, I have a huge edit day tomorrow for that. And it's my only non-film day out of the next, like, I don't even know how many days. And I'm looking so forward to it. I'm just gonna like all day long. And then I'm finishing it off and sending it to Tara for her to polish the last little bit, because when Tara's fingerprints are on things, it's just so much better. So that's a little behind the scenes chat of what I'm working on. And it's kind of also scratching my itch of wanting to get back into acting a little bit, because I have some scenes where I am genuinely myself, and I have some scenes that are a bit more scripted and a bit more of like embracing my acting side. And it's just been so fun. And I know that you are just begging for dinner. Even that pumpkin cookie didn't fill you up? Are you kidding? It was so big. It was so big. Okay, you're kind of scaring me. My nose is expensive. Don't hurt it. I just wanted to sit down for a minute. I've been standing up for like 2.5 hours making cinnamon rolls. But okay, I'll stand up. I'll get you dinner. Okay, it's late night. I have my taste tester here. I've already gotten ready for bed, taken off my makeup, and I'm so tired, but we can't go to bed without tasting one of each. One of each. So this is the apple pie. This is the regular. Which do you think we should start with?
I'm following your lead.
Maybe let's start with the regular. Let's build up to the apple pie. It's a little dry. Good thing I added the cream.
Very stodgy.
Boop.
That's really good.
Oh, cream cheese, cinnamon sugar, what's not like? And then my experiment, the apple pie. Close up of that.
Huh?
What should you like better?
Apple pie.
Really?
Apple pie's my favorite. Good
I'm
job.
a sucker for a classic. I'll take one more bite, and then I'll go to bed. I'm so tired. I love you guys. Thanks for baking with me and for having a fun full day. I'm gonna sleep so hard tonight, and I'm excited for it. Thank you again to Quince for partnering with me on this video. I'm gonna have all of my things linked down below in case you are interested in them. And honestly, I need to snoop out their men's line for you. I've been selfish with my quincing. Okay, I'm going to bed. I love you guys. Good night.